My name is Angela Miller. I did the London internship and I interned at 2002 Studios.
My name is Rose Seifried and I did the Berklee Summer London Internship Program in the summer of 2010.
Hi, my name is Rachel Doe. I participated in the London Internship Program summer of 2010.
Hi, my name is Julian Bernis. I'm a 7th semester MPNE student here at Berklee, and over the course of the summer I did the London Summer Internship Program.
I'm Silvina Moreno. I did the London internship in the summer of 2010, and I interned for a company called Camden and Bars.
Part of what I did was sort of organize and recruit people to come in and record their voices for a computer voiceover tutorial, and we needed all kinds of different languages, so I would be talking to people from Russia and China and Korea who were living in London and getting them to come in and audition for us. I was also working on music for a video game and also a online computer game. So it was a whole bunch of different things that I got to work on. It was really interesting to sort of dip my fingers in a few different pots.
I'm an EPD major, so I was placed with a sound designer whose name is Robin Rimbaud, and he goes by the name Scanner. My favorite project that we worked on was definitely the installation for the Royal Opera House. It was part of a series called Deloitte Ignite, sponsored by the Deloitte Corporation, and it was curated by the really well-known pianist Joanna McGregor. And she hired our boss, Scanner, to do this installation, which was based on the idea of a forest of sound. So we spent about 4 weeks probably working on it and came up with, I think it was a series of 7 15-minute pieces, which all played in different parts of the Royal Opera House. So you would go into one room and you'd hear one of our tracks that was looped after 15 minutes. You go into another place and it would be a completely different piece of music. And they were all based on the operas that are going to be featured in their fall season this year.
And I was placed at a record label. It was an independent record label called Low Recordings, and that was located in Shoreditch in London. And it was a great place to learn how a label operates and how they handle all their artists and royalties, and I got to meet some of the artists on the label. They're more relaxed atmosphere. I really liked the atmosphere of my job in London, and the guys were, it was professional, but it was also laid back, so it was really fun. Like, they took me out to lunch every day, and they were really cool.
I got to work in a studio. That was my first internship placement site, called Mindloop UK. It was a small little studio based in Zone 1, which is central London. By the end of June, I was doing some co-production for artists and helping to arrange and compose songs with artists. So I got to do more work as that happened. And then in the month of July, I worked at a second studio as well, called DAD Studios. And that was a wonderful experience. I got to do a lot more engineering, a lot more production, so really do what I wanted to do, and I eventually got a job offer out of that internship.
I fell in love with that city. It's a vibrant city. It has so much to offer, very cosmopolitan, people from everywhere. It was amazing. I'd love to go back. It was definitely a good way of exploring a new city. It was a great amount of time and in a good time of the year, because summer there is beautiful and it's not too hot, not too cold. It's and mainly the social life is so much fun. It's something that I didn't have here in Boston as much.
There's so much going on, so there's so much to explore. It was a lot of fun to always have things to go out and try and new things to see. And once I got the tube under control and figured out how to get myself around, it got a lot easier. So it was very fun to live in London. We were in a flat with a bunch of girls, and everyone from the program was in our building. And I really felt more independence than I've ever felt, because I was in a different country, different culture, and I sort of had to make myself adjust.
It was really amazing. We got to live with other Berklee students and make some really, really good friends. It was really great. Tons of traveling, both in London and outside of London. I got to go to Latvia on a 4-day trip to explore, which was incredible. But even just in the city, there's so much to do. We went to museums, we went to galleries. I did a lot of shopping for sure, a lot of clubs.
London in general is just a great city. You know, from a 10-minute walk away from where you live, there's Regent Park, and Regent's Park is just a great place to go spend an afternoon if you don't have work, you know, or if you just want to go read a book. You can pretty much do anything in London. You have this huge city where you can go to plays every night, concerts, you know, a lot of things going on. And there's a lot of fashion in London too, so that's very cool. If you're looking to jam, there's bars that host open jams pretty much every single night of the week. You can go from one jam to another. So if you love performing, you can do a lot of that.
Our group was a great group. We were 13, and all Berklee people. I didn't know most of them, and I got to know them. We went out a lot. We would share our experiences and just support each other. It was great. It was great just living with them, living with the guys.
Living in London was great. The housing in London is very nice. It's a very nice little building on North Gower Street, which is in central London, so the placement is really good. The location is very good. You're in Camden, and that's a really fun place to be if you're a student.
You're in Europe, so you're very close to all kinds of different countries, and travel is so cheap over there. So I got to go to Paris twice. I went to Scotland and visited family around England. So everything is really close over there. So the fact that you can travel really easily really made it a lot of fun, that you could just hop on a plane or a train or a bus and just get to another country in a couple hours.
For an electronic musician, it was definitely a great place to be. We got to go to tons of exhibitions and really experimental things, you know, that England's really known for, fostering that kind of creativity amongst electronic musicians. So it was really cool to be immersed in that for sure.
Europe has amazing culture, you know, and it's very different from America. So if you've never left America and you arrive in London, what an experience, you know, what a first time to be in Europe, working an internship.
Just the music scene there is different. It's new. It's always been innovative. It's always been, to me, it's always brought the new trend, you know, British music. You know, so it's interesting to see, to explore the scene there. I think this is an opportunity to go across the Atlantic and you know, see another scene that's just as important, you know, and just as big as this one.
London is one of the most important cities in the world. It's one of the cultural capitals of the world, and there's all kinds of connections to be made in the entertainment industry there. So doing an internship in London is great because it's still an English-speaking culture, but it is a very different culture.
What I remember the most out of London is the whole experience itself, I guess. The internship was a good part, and it was a good way to get to know myself as a worker. And but mainly what I remember the most is going out, having fun, meeting people, networking. I think that's something that as musicians we need to do everywhere we go. And yeah, it was. I'd love to go back to London. It's not that easy for me now, but if I could move there, I would. In the blink of an eye, I would move to London after this.
Once you come back and then you're looking for jobs after you've graduated, or if you're looking for another internship in America, they'll pick you out of the crowd of other people looking to work there because you've worked abroad or you've worked in London, which is a mecca for music business, which is my major. And I mean, I have an internship now that I'm pretty sure was 50% chosen because I worked in London, and my boss used to work in London.
a great way to train yourself for a real job, to gain some skills before you take on a job. It's a great way to find out what you're good at, what you like, what you don't like, what kind of person you are, because you learn so much about yourself. And it's not, you don't think about it as I'm working for free. You are, but the experience is more of a learning experience. It's more of it's like a class outside of a class. It's a great way to learn how you work, what jobs fits you more, and then it can actually lead you to a real job, which is awesome.
To have that opportunity to go and learn music, learn what it is that we love, and what specific facet of music we love, to be able to explore that in one of the major hubs in Europe is just absolutely invaluable. It's incredible. There's, again, so much to do and so many interesting people, and it's crazy and busy, and just I wouldn't have asked for a better summer last summer for sure.